Hey guys, how's it going? Comparing here. So today I was going to do a review about all the different Naxx cards in the 4th and 5th wing that were recently just released, and how that compares to my original opinion, how they all work and all that kind of stuff. But I wasn't able to go through them. I wasn't able to get a real opinion because, well, the second I tried to log on, the second I had a chance to log on and do some Hearthstone action here at home, BattleNet was down, and look at that, over an hour queue time. I've never seen a screen before. I don't really understand with the type of games and the volume of people that actually play why this is even a problem specifically with Hearthstone. I mean, people play this shit on their iPad, so I find it a little ridiculous. And in general, I thought I'd pretty much wrap up the video anyway, just tell you guys what I thought about it, because my thoughts are mostly in regards to the more interesting, more fun cards that people like to play with. And, well, I'll give you guys my input on the last few weeks and the cards that really stand out in my mind. And I don't know if Mad Scientist or whatever was in the last 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. That card's annoying. Everyone knows that already. But I have been quite impressed by the possibilities of Wailing Soul. I haven't really experimented with it, but I have seen other people play Wailing Soul. Wailing Soul is the 4 to cast 3/5, silence all your minions. And this card makes Ancient Watcher pretty cool. The deck that I saw use this card also used Equality, was Paladin, also used like Sunfury Protector. So you can give taunt, then you can silence it off if you don't need it anymore to activate your watchers, or you can just activate your watchers with dropping down the silence. So a lot of really cool stuff. I think we've yet to see some really wild, some really effective decks surrounding this card, and I'm pretty excited for that moment. As far as the other cards that really had some fun with, not necessarily the best, but definitely a lot of fun, were the 2 cards that spawn Thaddeus, Fugan, and Stalag. So you guys all know this stuff. If you play Hearthstone, it's the 4/7. If the other one died, you spawn Thaddeus, and the 7/4. If the other one died, you spawn Thaddeus. Each one at a discounted 5 mana. Great stuff. And there's a lot of combos with these cards that make them really wild. Specifically those that kill off both cards at the same time. It spawns 2 Thaddeus. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, it would also kind of make sense if it didn't spawn any Thaddeus, but it spawns 2, and it makes it really interesting for plays like with Brawl or something like that. And it makes it pretty cool with some of the Warlocks decks that I've seen. They have one in play, then they play the other one, and then they do like a Void Terror, and then you have like a monstrous board, some ridiculous stuff instantly. So the possibilities are pretty huge, and I actually have seen some of them in the decks that I've come across, and anytime you see just dumb stuff like that, it makes it very interesting. Other cards that were really, really cool were Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad, I thought originally was going to be kind of a so-so card. I thought it would be the type of card that's really powerful, but it's hard to fit in a deck because it doesn't do that much actively if you're behind on any given turn, kind of like Ysera if you really think about it. But the difference between 8 mana and 9 mana is actually extremely significant, because with 8 mana, not many people play 1-drops, and the people that do play 1-drops, they don't really play cards that cost 9 mana. So you usually can't do much else during that turn. And with 8 mana, you usually can fit in. Pretty much all the decks have some kind of 2-drop. So having a multi-action turn, and with Ysera, you don't really know what you're going to get. With Kel'Thuzad, you know what you're going to get. Kel'Thuzad, it revives all the other minions that died if Kel'Thuzad's still on the board at the end of the turn. And this has a few bugs. I don't know if it was fixed with like end of turn kill effects. So things like Ragnaros, if Ragnaros kills Kel'Thuzad, Kel'Thuzad will revive himself or something like that. I don't know if that's still going on, but technically it's not necessarily a bug if he does. It's just kind of like weird end of turn trigger mechanics, and in general it just makes the card insane. It does still kind of suck if you're behind, but in the current meta where people are just playing small little bullshit creatures, even reviving one creature, it's worth it. I mean, if you have like, I don't know, let's say a Void Walker. If you have a Void Walker, you play Kel'Thuzad, you kill off the Void Walker, it spawns it again. You have to kill the Void Walker again and then somehow kill Kel'Thuzad, or the Void Walker will revive a second time. So, you know, just with some ridiculous creature like that, just something that doesn't really mean anything, it pretty much gets the value back for its mana cost. And there's probably a lot of combos. Some people are talking about Kel'Thuzad Reincarnate or something like that. You know, it just gets totally insane when you get multiple copies of that card out, or you know, when you secure a board with lots of creatures protecting it. So a lot of really powerful cards, and I think they're strong enough that slowly people will learn to use them, because it's not like a card that's very obvious. You kind of have to work around with it. You have to fine-tune decks. So I think from the card pool that they gave us in Naxx Ramos, we'll see a lot of decks develop, and I think the development of these decks will happen kind of over time rather than all at once, which is really great to see, because you'll have a changing meta game, and hopefully by the time the change stops, when the meta game is pretty much at a standstill once again, well, maybe then we'll see some new cards that they were talking about in the last Value Town interview. So good stuff. Naxx overall has been great. I've certainly enjoyed it, and hope you guys have as well. In any case, good stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.